Hey guys, welcome to the Saints TV Round 5 review, live review as always. Comment your thoughts, let me know what you're thinking and we can get into it. And it's good doing a game, an early game for once, to be honest. I can't stand doing the late night reviews and everything, so it's good to get a win and good to be reviewing a win with this, daylight still out, good weather, top 3 at the moment on percentage, which is amazing. Just good vibes all around. So tune in and let's hear your thoughts as well, and I'll give you my thoughts. For that, who was that? Bo haven't won a 4 on the Trent since Aaron Fiore, Raf Clark and Andrew Thompson. We're playing in the same team. Yeah, not true. We won 4 in a row in 2020, mate. So good comment there. And funnily enough, the 4th game in a row in 2020 to win was against Gold Coast. So we've done it again against Gold Coast. So could be an omen. That was when we played finals. But I think from my perspective, what was most pleasing was that last week we played Hawthorn, who basically just let us play our entire game plan, and we got to play fast, open, free-flowing footy, and we kicked a big score. We won by a lot of players kicked goals, but today we knew that Gold Coast were a pretty strong contested ball team. They had Jared Witts, who's in very good form. They've got Took Miller, who's probably top 5 in terms of the AFL midfielders. He's very, very good. He'll poll well again. And they took the corridor away from us pretty well for the most part of the game. We had to go around the boundary and find other ways to kick goals. And it wasn't really down the guts on the lead all the time like it was last week. So obviously anyone that came to the game today, if you thought it was going to be an easy game like last week, it was never going to be. Gold Coast are a good team. They play good football. They're a very hard team. They're disciplined. And they wanted to win today. They came close against Melbourne. And then obviously last week against Carlton, they played very good football and they won by 5 goals on their home deck. And we also have history with them. Every time we play them, it's a close game. So, it's good to beat them by over 10 points. It's amazing. And I was just thinking of how I feel, being 4-1 again this time versus say 4-1. I think it was in 2018 or 2019 with Richo, and it's completely different. Today I thought we kind of started slow again, conceded the first 2 goals of the game. But the longer the game went on, the more we just took over. And I loved that. It was kind of just, if teams have any chance against us this season so far, they really need to make the most of it in the first quarter. And when we got to quarter time and it was pretty much level, I thought, well, Gold Coast have thrown a lot at us right now and they played some pretty good football, probably the better of the first quarter, and we still went in ahead. And that was giving up 2 goals early. So I thought this was a game where we needed to grind it out. It wasn't going to always go our way. They kicked a few good goals early, got it out of the middle, went down the guts a fair bit and cut us open a fair bit. A lot of their shots were cutting into the middle from a wing, kicking it down the middle and having a player on the lead and hitting them up pretty nicely. So I think in years gone by, this could have easily been a game where we wanted to win by a lot. And if we weren't playing our way, we would have just kind of thrown our arms up and gotten upset at ourselves and felt sorry for ourselves and not gone on with the job. But we just stayed focused the whole day. And even when we made mistakes, the crowd wasn't really getting onto it as much as, years gone by, because we kind of know some of those mistakes is players taking on the corridor, going for some big kicks, going for risky plays that would cut the game open. And early on, there were a lot of risky plays that come off, like the kick from Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera into the middle of the ground. I think he hit Brad Crouch or something, or might have even been Ben Patton. Pato tried to go the underground handball, and the guy on the mark, it should have been 50 because it wasn't played on, but he spoiled it, went out the other way, and they got a shot on goal. And that's kind of what I meant by taking the game on, doing a really good thing, but then a few little things didn't go our way, but we didn't put our heads down and we didn't give up, and we just got to work. And haven't even mentioned him yet, but Jack Higgins, getting him back, kicking 5 goals. He makes it so much fun to go to the footy when he's up and about, because he's smiling and then he's making everyone else smile and getting involved in the game. And Max King, probably for the most part had a bit of a quiet game. I thought they handled him pretty well. They double teamed him. I thought we bombed it onto his head a bit too often. And the times that he kicked goals, it was really just him moving, and that soccer goal was amazing, and being on the lead. So it was a really good effort there on his part. But I think we kind of got a bit too king conscious, but luckily enough, I thought we just had enough weight of numbers in the forward half that we're always going to kick a good score. And I thought Gold Coast defended us well, and yet we still kicked 87. So we nearly hit the ton. I think we're 5 points off being the highest scoring team in the comp now, with Brisbane kicking a big score on Friday night or Thursday night. And we've topped it with 87 against a team that's pretty tough, defends pretty well, and for the most part made us play slow and along the ground football, on the outside of the wing. So we did what we needed to do. This was a game where I wanted it to be more of a routine, more of a quiet win, and just get the job done and move on. And that was pretty much what we got. It wasn't the best scintillating football, but it was enough to get the win. It was a mature performance, 4-1. We're not going to go into every week and play our way. Obviously, Hawthorn would have done their research. Gold Coast would have done their research on the Hawthorn game, looked at the way we pulled Hawthorn apart, and thought, well, we're not going to do that. Let's corral the corridor. Let's flood Max King, and let's see what they can do. And then Jack Higgins pops up and kicks 5. So we've got multiple avenues. We've got a very, very versatile and exciting forward line. And Jack Hayes came in and did a job. 16 disposals, kicked a goal, supported Rowan Marshall pretty well. And quick note on Rowe, big game from him. I think he had 20 disposals or something, 22 hit-outs. Witts had more hit-outs. I'm not going to put my seatbelt on. I'm not driving, so take it easy, Marianne. But yeah, he broke even, and I think he beat Witts around the ground. And then the midfield, Crouch, brilliant again. Gresham in his 100th, 25 and 2 scintillating goals. Jack Steele back to his best, number 1 ranked player on the ground. Seb Ross, brilliant performance. Kicked a great goal, crucial goal in, I think, the last quarter. And Mackenzie, haven't even mentioned him, but his first quarter was probably the best quarter of football he's probably ever played. He had, I think, finished with over 20 disposals. He had 8 marks, ran all day. I think the back 6 were brilliant. Lynett, Battle, Wilkie. Long had to go back there because we didn't have Webster. Sinclair had to go back there because we had players rotating. And then we obviously we didn't have Paddy Ryder. So there was a few things that kind of went against us. No Rats in the box. He was away with COVID. So there were a few things there that kind of could have thrown us off, but we still stuck to our guns. We played the way we wanted to play, even if Gold Coast were trying to stop us, and it went through. So, really, really happy with that. I was really impressed with our back line because their forward line's pretty stacked with talls and good smalls, and they were bombing it in there, and I think they are the number 1 inside 50 team for the competition. So they get it in there a lot. They put a lot of pressure on opposition defences, and last week they kicked over 15 goals, and this week we kept them to about 8 or 9 goals as well. So brilliant performance, not in the way of like on-field brilliance, but just brilliant to get a good 5-goal win, kick 87 points or whatever it was. And we just kept chipping away. The longer the game went on, the more we just kind of increased the margin. It didn't quite get over the 5-goal margin, but I think a lot of people that tipped us would have tipped us for about 20 to 30 points, and that's exactly where it's been. So that's my thoughts, guys. I'll obviously give my player ratings tonight or tomorrow. That'll be out, but that's my thoughts on the game. Really happy with it. Good to kind of just sit there, and I just kind of, even when it was, they were up by 10 points or something, I just thought, we're winning more contested ball. We're winning more uncontested ball. We've got more marks. We're doing everything right. It's just efficiency, and we missed a lot of easy chances early. hit the post a couple of times, a couple of snaps from close range from Member and King didn't go through. So we just needed to tidy that up. And I think in the third and fourth quarters, we started to kick accurately and make the most of our chances. And that was really the difference in the game, because for the most part of the game, Gold Coast were kicking straight, which was annoying because we'd have great chances, miss them. They'd go up the other end and kick some really good set shots and dribblers from Chol, and just taking their chances. And that's what they needed to do to get the win. But we stood up after that and we took control. Sinclair, a lot of these players just took the game on. And Nasai Wangan Malira, again, getting better every week. Winhager was a bit quieter this week, but he still showed some nice things. I thought Mason Wood was quiet, but showed some nice things. Set up a very good goal for Gresham. Everyone played their role. Again, everyone played their role. Couldn't tell you who was worst on ground, because everyone did what they needed to do, whether it was a little thing or a big thing. And that was enough for us to beat the Gold Coast Suns by 26 points. So, yeah, very happy performance. And now let's get stuck into some of your thoughts. I'm just going to scroll all the way to the top. It's a bit humid in here, to be honest. Bit of a hot day in the office. Let's go. What a win. That's from Daniel. Lids off, Jakey, is from Joshua. Nearly, mate. If we get to... Let's say we get to the Melbourne game and we're 6-1 and we beat Melbourne, lid's absolutely off. Right now, the lid is kind of brewing. Not off just yet in my household, but in the next couple of weeks, it could definitely blow off. Scrappy game, but a win's a win. That's from Jason. What a great win, you mighty Sainers. That's from Daniel. Nasai only 4 games in and already the best kick in the AFL. It's from Jake. Matey, some of his kicks today were absolutely beautiful. You know, really perfectly weighted, carried the defender greatly, like just carried over the defender. And you can tell he's always going for the one that's the most attacking kick. He's not going for a little chip 15-meter dart. He's going for a 35 to 40 down the line or in the middle of the ground to completely open up the play. And he did that a few times today. So, yeah, big game from Nasaya. Ben says, good to see Sandy win as well. Really great to win while not at our best as well. Timothy says, call of the season right now. It's going to get embarrassing for the other teams pretty soon. That would be nice, to embarrass some more teams like we did with Hawthorn last week. Absolutely. And obviously Max King hasn't kicked a bag yet, but you just feel like he's getting closer and closer to that big bag. Tony says, wow, I could get used to this. Well done, boys. Higgins, outstanding. And Gresham, yeah, they were 2 great players. Our smalls were great today. Butler, although I don't think he troubled the scoreboard, he hit, he tackled well, chased well, and without Ben Long in the forward line, he needed to lift in that forward pressure department, and I thought he did a good job. Daniel's asking, what is it with us and slow starts? Not sure, to be honest. I think it's just kind of a coincidence at the moment, but also it's been 4 weeks in a row we've done that and we've won the last 4 games, so I'm not going to be complaining at all. Spud says, glad we won. Real danger game when media has been pumping us up all week. And yeah, true. Most times when the media pump us up after a good couple of weeks of form, we come crashing down to earth and then it's back to old, we're the same shit Saints. But this week it was a mature performance. It was a performance of a team that know that it's a long season and we need to notch up the wins. And if we're not playing our best, it doesn't matter, because you can still win not playing at your best. And we did that today. This one's from Austin. People wanted a 60-point win, but those are the wins you need to be a part of. Scrappy, hard-nosed footy. I personally loved it. Archie says, should be 6-1 going into Melbourne. Get Jones back, hopefully. Ryder back for Port. Clark still to come. Billings on top of that. Fun times ahead. Absolutely. That's the thing, is that I think Saners are just, even if we don't win, Saners are kind of looking forward to going to the footy because they know there's going to be some exciting passages of play. We're going to always try and take the game on and always try and kick a big score. And it's really up to the other team to stop us from doing that. Jack's asking, g'day, Jake. What do you think of Windhager? Definitely got a bright future ahead, but do we keep him in after 11 touches? Look, if Zach Jones is available for next week, I dare say Windhager comes out and it's Zach Jones in, and that would be the only change you'd really make. Maybe Webster comes in, but then who do you take out from there? Dan says, great team effort, boys. Steven says, great fight. Where do you think Billings, Clark, and Jones will fit in? That's a very tough call. I honestly couldn't tell you, mate. It's going to be a big headache for Ratton, but a really good big headache. So we'll see in the next couple of weeks what happens. Great team win. That's from Phil. Is Lee Fisher the worst umpire in the AFL? It's from Andrew. Look, yeah, I have to say he had some pretty average calls tonight, but hey, we got the win, so that's all we focus on. Christine says, good to see we can win when we're not able to play our style of footy. A good grinding win. Let's talk about Sinclair, bro. He's one of the top 5 in the comp. That's from Jordan. Absolutely. I think AFL ratings had him at top 2 behind, I don't know who it was, Paddy Cripps maybe or something. But yeah, he's really, really lifted his game and he's an absolute A-grader now, no doubt about that. How were the injuries? I think Brad Hill I saw hobble, but didn't look too bad. Max King kind of grabbed his left ankle, but I think he finished the game anyway. And then from that, I don't really know if there was any other injuries. So I think we should be okay. We play in nearly a week's time next Friday night, so there's a bit of time there to recover. Robert says, great game. Love the early games over here in America. Nice to finish before midnight. Great finish to this one. Thanks for tuning in, Robert, all the way from America. That's awesome. Game started at 5:45 a.m. here. Woke up for the fourth quarter now, watching the replay. Enjoy, mate. Enjoy. Jack says, Jake, mate, you're a bit flat. The Suns took it to us and we pulled away like a good side does. I'm not flat, mate. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Trust me. I don't show it as much as a lot of people think, but yeah, internally, very, very happy about the performance. And yeah, 4-1, best start to a season in a long time. So yeah, very happy. Thomas says, how good was Hill, Gresham, Higgins, and Marshall? You little beauty, absolutely, mate. All of them are stars, and great to see when, even Steele, he had a good game, but he wasn't the game breaker. He wasn't the difference today. The difference was 5 or 6 different players. It wasn't just one player that was the difference, which is a really good sign of a good team. Nasiah plays like a pro. What a star. We shut Miller down after half-time. The pressure was still up from last week. It's definitely a big part of our game, even when key players are out. Never easy against Gold Coast. That's from Greg. Absolutely. Brad Hill's 2v1 win on the wing that led to a Higgins goal was the highlight of the game. How good was that? It was a lucky bounce a little bit, but yeah, that was just, they got the crowd out of their seats. I think that kind of gave us the momentum we needed. And yeah, really, really solid performance from Brad Hill again. The Prince, congratulations on your 100th game, mate. Have to play better against top sides, true, but I think Gold Coast kind of brought us down a few levels. They made it a more contested game, and I think against certain teams we'll play our way, and teams like Gold Coast, they'll make it a bit of a scrap. And I think it was really good to see that we can win open games playing good footy, but also win games where we're not playing at our best and it's a bit more of a scrappy game. Sorry. I like Ross's mark and go when the game looked flat, a bit of dash, and they ended up with a goal as well. Really liking his year. Disposal is much better. Absolutely. Seb Ross again, huge performance. I thought he was one of the better players on the ground. So yeah, he's really lifted. Again, another comment from Radley. Seb Ross backing it up. Hope this is the start of a DMAC style redemption arc. DMAC, on that note, was absolutely immense in the first half, specifically, and solid the rest of the day, running and clunking marks, providing options, and he also saved a few goals there as well, intercepting. So DMAC just does all he needs to do every single week. Clark, Billings, Jones, Ryder in for Winhager, Wood, Long, and probably Hayes. Yeah, fair call. I doubt they all come in 1 week, but yeah, it'll be over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'd imagine. Cameron says, mate, this is Saints footy through and through. Everyone looked dangerous. Yeah, it's good to have multiple options, isn't it? We're not just relying on Max King. He only kicked 3 today, but we still kicked, 13 or so. So big performance from everyone else around Maxi. Jones did well in the seconds. That's great to hear. Thanks for reporting that, Karen. I'll double check Sandy's performance when I get home and see how he went. Great job by Brendan Lade, not easy going in the coach's seat for one game. Yeah, another thing, we had a lot of things that could have put us off today. Injuries or COVID, Rat not being around, Gold Coast really hunting us and playing some decent footy early. A lot of things could have turned us off, but yeah, we stayed on the task and and got the win, which is the most important thing at this early point in the year. Just notching up the wins, 4 out of 5 now. We can't complain. It's a brilliant start to the year. Dan says, our work rate has to lift 2 gears next week. Otherwise, we'll be punished by the Giants. They play well in Canberra. True, but yeah, let's just go and play our game there and see if they can stop us. Our team defense is lifted. Everyone is prepared to drop back and cover the free player. That's true. The mids are really shifting between forward and defense really well, but that's also a lot to do with our fitness. We're able to actually run up and back more than last year, especially. I might leave it there, Sainers. There's a few more comments, but might get home and watch the replay and get ready for some player ratings and see how they go. I'd be curious to think, who was your best on ground? Comment your best on ground in the comments now. I'd love to see who you reckon it was. Was it Steely with his big game? Was it Gresham with 25 and 2? Was it Higgins kicking 5? Was it someone in defence that was really solid all day? I'm very curious to hear what you think. And I'll take that into account when I do my player ratings. D-Mac as well, was he best on ground? There's a lot of players that stood up for us. It wasn't just a one player performance like it probably was last year or the year before. It was really, again, another complete performance. And that's the best part, is even if we win or we lose, knowing that our boys are playing for each other and playing as a team, that's really, really amazing to see. And it's just good vibes. You know, the ground was only 18,000, but I think it sounded a lot louder when we were kicking goals and running, and I think that definitely lifts the players. And we kicked 3 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second, I think 3 goals in the third, and then 4 or 5 to 2 in the last or something like that. So we really got going, and yeah, it's just a good start to the year, Sainers. So can't wait to get stuck into the player ratings and to Saints TV Weekly, the podcast with Joycey and Marshy, see their thoughts on the game as well. So a lot of content to come out over the next couple of weeks, or next couple of days. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the stars. Thanks for all the support on the Saints TV channels overall, and coming and saying hi at the games. Absolutely amazing. And I love doing this for you guys every week. And with us winning, it makes it even easier for me every week. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Easter. Have a great Easter. And I'll see you in my next video on YouTube. The player ratings hopefully will be out either later tonight on YouTube or tomorrow. But yeah, you'll get a notification nonetheless on the channels. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care, and go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.